1.
This is Comic Burrito, a podcast, a live stream. I'm Todd.
I'm Cole.
I'm Nick.
And we're live streaming. Whoop-a-doo. Oh, hey.
Oh, hey, guys.
Oh, hey. So, how's it going, guys? Uh-oh.
I'm tired.
Can you get a feedback?
Yeah, I'm a little sleepy myself. I grilled a lot of meats today.
I'm pumped.
And
I'm
ate
ready
a lot
to
of
go.
meat. But yeah.
I'm ready to go. I could do this for 7 hours.
7 hours?
That's not true. I mean, I could be asleep during it, right?
Yeah.
It's just a live stream of just Todd sleeping, and then Cole and I are gone.
Yeah, you guys left hours ago.
The lights are out. No one would ever just sleep on a live stream for an extended period of time. That wouldn't be anything that anyone has ever done.
No. I don't think any self-respecting person could be chatting with people online and then fall asleep during. Nope. So
everybody enter Comic Book Posers contest.
Yeah, he hijacked our chat, so let's make it worth it. Get on.
Just go do it.
Get on that.
Yeah, if you want, Poser, just post the link in the side chat.
Post the link on there, and then you can talk about it later.
Exactly. So a couple of things happened this week, comic book wise. We got some fun things that have happened. There's some new arc from DC that seems okay. It's pretty rocking.
There's a little something.
Yeah. I'm assuming you're gonna hold up a cover.
No, because I don't know.
Mine's hidden somewhere.
Okay,
but mine's all black.
It's metal from DC.
Yeah. So I think you guys definitely prepared a lot better than I did on this.
I have so many comics in front of me right now, and just not the one. Not the one we want.
Okay.
I only got to
I have Cole's comics still because he won't show up and pick them up.
I would have bet so much money that you'd have a death metal cover waiting to show. So
I should have multiples.
Yep. Okay. So death metal hit this week, and it's
totally metal.
It's metal, and it's pretty fucking rad. I'm pretty into it. Hey, look at that. Wow, what a climactic cover you have there.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I
Can you hear
definitely...
me?
I mean, you guys definitely went...
going bad.
I think it's just me.
Just me?
Yep.
Look!
Hey, it's the one I showed.
Yeah, but mine's
mine's
way
shiny.
cooler. Look how shiny it is.
My real one is, but
yeah,
I don't touch that.
Needs to be touched.
It does.
Yeah, because you guys both actually read all the stuff, right?
I read all the metal and the tie-ins. The Monday, Tuesday before.
Yeah, so did I. Did you read the one-shots as well?
I read all of it.
Just all of it, yeah.
All 26 issues? I believe it was 26.
It's somewhere around there, yeah.
Yeah.
I decided to, Tuesday night and read 3.5.
Yeah. That's, it's a lot.
Yeah. And I think, too,
and it's not super easy to follow either. It kind of jumps around a lot and stuff, so it's just a lot to take in.
There is a lot going on. There is a hell of a lot going on. Sam King, are you talking about the blackout cover that you weren't able to get?
See, I got top chat again. This bullshit.
You did it auto tops chats.
Yeah. You gotta get
why would anybody want that?
I don't know, for people that don't care about live comments and only want to see those top comments.
Yeah, so hit us with your top comments.
Yeah, I mean, I think that I'm probably was the coldest on metal overall out of all of us, I would say. And I really liked this book a lot. I mean, the hard thing is, it's very here's a book. You don't really know what's going to happen next, but here's some stuff. Like that second to third to last panel was amazing.
Yeah.
Yep. I know what you're talking about. That was metal. That was metal.
Yes. And I mean, the only thing I think that's like the most I'm assuming this takes place in the future.
Yeah.
Why would you assume that?
Probably.
I don't know, because the last time that we ended was they're at this door.
Yeah, and this might be just what was on the other side of the door.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they don't say like what happened to the door, and they probably won't until like 3 or 4 issues in.
Or it's going to be another arc afterwards.
Yeah. The door was a lie. This is what happened when they were thinking about entering the door.
That's what I think the smooth jazz arc is going to be afterwards.
The smooth jazz arc.
It's going to be great. Ooh.
Yeah, it's not a great book. I don't think it's a great book for people that need, like, if you need it to be, I don't know, like if everything needs to make perfect sense and like follow everything, like be more grounded and stuff. It's definitely a little more out there.
I mean, I guess if you want to be like that, that's cool. But like the whole point of this is to have fun with it and be like, hey,
yeah,
there's that's what I mean. The rules are gone.
Yeah, don't jump in thinking it's like this big serious.
Yeah, no.
I mean it is, but it's not.
It's
not that book.
It's not serious.
No.
And I think too that was kind of my biggest issue that I had with Metal. Was that maybe I just thought it was supposed to be more serious than it was.
Maybe.
And I just kind of got lost a little bit.
Yeah, I definitely. I was a little. It was like the first big event thing that I pulled. It was always kind of like that special book for me. And then, so I was a little nervous rereading it of like, because there's a lot of people that don't like Metal.
Yeah.
And it was like, man, am I gonna read through this and just hate it? But I definitely liked it even more than before. I finished early Tuesday.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I think that we lost your headphone, Nick.
Nick's audio is gone. Oh, but he can exasperatingly sigh, and we can hear that.
That's better, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
I'll just go. I think they're on low battery.
Ah, okay.
So, I don't know where you lost me at, but it doesn't matter.
You said that you did like it again.
Yes.
Yeah.
You said you finished early on Tuesday.
Oh, yeah, I finished early on Tuesday, and I considered rereading 1 through 6 again before Wednesday morning. But I was like, no, I didn't want to burn out on it.
Yeah, that's a good way to not enjoy the issue. I really dug it. I really dug Metal. I think it's some of the best art they've done in a long time. It's because I think the artists are having fun. Because it's different.
Project.
Exactly. So it's just this fun, get to kind of do your own thing. Everybody's in a little bit different suits. They're doing different things. And
I hated that Swamp Thing.
I loved it. That was Swamp Thing in this is
like I really love it, but also it's like I just want Swamp Thing.
That's a hot book. You be careful with what you show there, buddy.
Yeah.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if there's anything I can even.
I don't think there is.
Maybe the first page.
I guess the first page.
Well, like I know this was like on previews and stuff.
But I would never have looked at that.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, like I never read the unless it's a book that I'm like I have no idea if I think I'll want this. I'll never read those previews at the end of the book if it's something that I'm already gonna get.
Me too. I skip. I'm just.
I usually look at it.
Well, you like trailers, so we're different people.
I do.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind trailers,
but
but
like scours Twitter for like leaks of the Batman set. And everything, because I don't know, it just doesn't ruin the movie for me at all.
So what else? So Metal, we can all recommend it, right? Because I know you were cold on Metal, but you enjoyed this, correct, Cole?
Yeah, I mean, if you didn't really like Metal, but you like the concept of it, you could probably read this. But yeah, if you absolutely hated Metal, probably don't read it. If you read No DC, this might be kind of cool to check out, but also maybe not.
It'd probably be hard to follow. You'd probably need to read Metal first, and then Justice League some.
Yeah, but even then, we don't really even know.
Well, Justice League arc is referenced a lot.
I did start Micah on New 52 Batman today. He got through the first 5.
Nice.
So I'm gonna have him go through that, and then I think I'll have him go through Justice League, and then I'll have him read Metal, and then Justice League.
Sweet.
And then he can catch up because
Nice.
that kid will just pounds him. So
Nick, do you have something to do right now that we talked about earlier?
do I?
Yeah. Okay, that's fine.
Do I?
You said you wanted to do something earlier at the
Oh,
beginning
yeah.
of the show.
Oh, no.
Okay. Hey.
No.
Sorry, everybody. I'm sure that was
That was weird for you, but
Yep.
it wasn't for us.
That's
No, are you talking
that's what
about
she
that,
said.
Yeah.
Are you talking about them coming on?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I talked to my kids about coming on and maybe talking about their favorite comics, and Micah was a little about it, and Caleb was still thinking at dinner time about
funny.
what he would want to do. So he might want to do that sometime, but at this point they're being really shy, which is hilarious because I do like Facebook Live with them all the time, and they're just a bunch of comedians. But
So, what else? What else did you guys pick up this week? Obviously, Metal's a big one.
I guess
we got
was Metal both of your favorite issue that you read this week?
No,
New.
Probably not.
no,
It was
it was
good.
up there. It was up
I think
there for
I think
sure.
mine might overlap with Nick's. So, Nick, what's yours?
My favorite issue that I read this week.
Yeah. It's got. Come on, there's got to be that one. Are you serious?
I know what Dodds is now.
Yeah, like I'm shocked that this is a thing. I thought we were gonna finally agree easily. Should I say mine?
Yeah.
Go with yours, I guess.
I'll say yours.
Yeah, you say it.
Green Lantern #4.
That is incorrect.
Oh, dang.
No,
That's what I
was
just
gonna
assumed,
guess
but...
TMNT
gonna-
Power Rangers.
Ah.
Yeah, that would be up. That would be up there. For sure.
That was a big
I
one.
kinda
for
forgot
me.
about that one.
I loved that. That was great. They killed
Yeah, I
it.
read
That
that
whole
earlier.
arc. I'm so excited this week. I'm rereading the arc because that was so good. And they finished
For sure.
so
There
good.
it is. See, it was the first one I read, so it's already in the box.
Yeah, man.
So it's
It's so good.
I forgot that was this week. Yeah,
It's so good.
if you are at least in general familiar with either Turtles or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like the early stuff, there's just everything in here from both sides, and it's like, oh, and that's with that, and that's and that, and it's so good.
It's amazing.
And you said this is better than Batman Ninja Turtles, right?
Yeah, for me it was.
I mean, I guess there's 3 of them, so that's like kind of hard to maybe do. Well, 3 Batmans.
That's what's hard.
Yeah, it was better than Batman Teenage
3?
Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 for me.
Yes, I agree with that.
For me, it was definitely better than 3. It's been so long since I've read 1 and 2.
Between
I don't know, but
2
like,
and this
Power
would be really
Rangers
hard
was-
for me.
like Power Rangers was a thing that like I had forgotten about. Like I was reading the book and it was like, oh yeah, like it was just all these forgotten memories. So that made it really cool too. My other one though, where'd Todd go?
I don't know, but just keep rolling. There he is.
See, I was between that and then I was between that.
No, that's where Todd went.
Go, go Power Rangers!
You would have the red one.
I still have this from when I was a kid, and it comes with you can change which token.
Oh, nice. You got Woolly Mammoth in there?
Yeah,
Which
but
ones are those? I don't know those. So that's not the original ones, I don't think.
This is the bear, the wolf, the frog,
I don't know.
the
Oh, that was the
crane.
movie?
Yeah, the crane and the monkey. That's where this came from.
Cool.
It's dope, and I've had it since like that came out. It's yeah, it was made in China. That's the most info I got from it.
That was it.
Almost
And
didn't buy.
And it has a belt clip that's still intact, so you know if I ever want to rep, I can still
Nice.
do it.
But onto the comic you were talking about, Nick. I almost didn't buy Wind because I didn't really like that 10-page preview.
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad I did. I think the second issue is going to be kind of a big tell on where it goes in the future.
Look, I bought 2.
I technically bought 2 of this cover.
Why?
But one's not for me.
That's cool, right?
Yeah.
JSA has not shown up in metal, correct?
One.
No,
I don't think so. Steel was there, and that was really confusing to me.
That barely counts.
I was just like, I was looking at that, and I was like, I don't even remember him being there. And the only reason I kind of know, like, to look was because of, like, reading 52. He's kind of pretty primary in the beginning. So.
Totally. But yeah, no, Wind was very good. I'm still like, it's a #1, and we have a lot that we can delve into. So I'm trying to keep expectations where they are, but I'm into it. I'm definitely ready for #2, and I'm ready to roll with this because
I'm already sold on like the world that's been presented. Like it's a big issue, but there's not a lot of dialogue to it, which is maybe why I like it.
It's fast,
but it's a lot of eye candy. There's some splash page eye candy for sure. So if you're into that, you might really like it. But yeah, it hasn't really done a whole lot. In its first issue. So, but
because they set up so many different things that there isn't much deep diving yet. Like so many different facets of multiple characters and different storylines and what's going on in the world. Lots of world building, but they did it so beautifully with the art that it's really easy to be like, all right, let's get to the next one. Let's deep dive into it. It's like a D&D campaign where you get the top down right off the bat, and then you're ready to get into the nitty gritty after that. That and then Green Lantern Season 2, #4 would be my most confusing pick of the week. Which is funny because the last time it was my most confusing pick of the week was when the comic meant to, because it was literally like messing with language.
I love
that one meant to mess with you and meant to be confusing.
Was this that 3?
Yeah, that was season 1, I think. Or was it? No, it was just episode. It was issue 2. Screw you, Cole, with episodes. 2. It was issue 2, but it was so long ago now because of the quarantine that it seems like it should be season 1. That was
almost caught up on that one.
That was maybe the most confusing issue of Green Lantern I've ever tried to read, and I read it.
Was interesting.
It was still good.
It was really good,
but it was really confusing.
I feel like we're gonna get a little bit further in season 2, and like all of a sudden it's gonna be like
it'll make sense.
Oh my god! Right.
I hope so.
For right now, yeah. What
this Morrison guy? How do you make something that's just? It would be shit from like anybody else.
Yeah.
That would have been.
I mean, I think that's kind of
him.
That's him in a nutshell.
He's probably sitting there watching this right now, and he's like, "Oh shoot, it doesn't mean anything. Now I got to make this make sense."
Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
It really was. I was drunk and I wrote the script real quick, and they made it into a comic.
I sent the email. I didn't mean to.
There's no going back.
There's no going back.
What we didn't know is this is actually how Morrison types and writes without but he didn't have an editor for this issue.
I would be drinking from my new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles mug, but I bought it from Goodwill and it needs to go through the dishwasher first.
Oh man, hopefully he can hold up to it.
Yeah.
I think it can.
It's just a black mug after that.
It's great because they have that mug at Meijer for $9.99.
I know, I got it for Rob.
Yeah, I know, we have it at work. And for 2 or 3 years now, every time I go to Meijer, it's like, should I buy it? I really like it. It's only $10, and it's like, nah. And then today we just happened to be in Goodwill, and I'm walking by, and it was like 99 cents.
It's a cool one. I bought that one for him, and I bought the the giant-sized X-Men mug.
We still use it because it
holds the dish thing.
The dish scrubber.
Yep. I'm glad I bought that. Sam King, that's fine. You can be dead to me. There's still 2 other people. It doesn't matter if you completely disappoint me and break my heart.
You put Green Lantern now?
I think it's a weird time.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I like Grant Morrison enough that I figure it's going to be fun to read it.
Ooh. All right.
I love the Queen.
I don't get that either.
Hey, King Paul, what up? Oh, you were the one that said the TMT mug. Sorry, I'm bad at reading. What up? Hi.
So I would say that my favorite issue I read this week was Hotel number 2.
It was good.
I really liked my favorite part about that is like in issue 1 you see this interaction between two characters, and then in issue 2 you see that same interaction and you're like, oh, this is all tying together. I assume this is a very 4-room situation. Like yeah, that is definitely kind of a dirty cover. I picked out my
what's funny is he's so pixelated it doesn't look like anything.
Yeah,
it probably looks even worse.
I picked my I had my wife like, here's 5 comics I want to read, you pick which one I read, and she's like, the one with the mostly naked lady. And I would say also Strange Adventures number 2. I really liked that for like
that happened too.
Yeah. I like seeing Mr. Terrific, and there's also somebody pretty cool in that issue. Yep. It's not really necessarily spoilery, but like we just won't mention it.
Is it spoilery? Okay.
Adam Strange.
I'm liking this book where it's going.
Sam King says he didn't like any of Grant Morrison's GL.
Okay, well
I think Grant Morrison is kind of a like weird looking guy, like a weird writing guy that I can understand.
Weird looking? Fuck you, man. That's not nice.
Yeah, sorry, I meant like he's a. I mean, sorry, I did not mean that. I just meant like the way that he writes books is very weird,
different.
And I think he's a very like. I really like his style, and I can definitely understand how people won't.
I get it too. I just think it's really interesting because it's like it feels like the most classic Green Lantern I've read in a very long time. So I'm very like, I'm also sentimental while enjoying it. But I remember when it first kicked off, I literally, when I was talking to Gavin at Tardy's, I told him, I was like, I think that Grant Morrison writing Green Lantern might actually hurt sales because this is so quintessentially Green Lantern and so obscure and weird that I think it's going to drive people off.
But then you also get people like me that probably would very rarely ever buy a Green Lantern book, but it's got Grant Morrison on it. So like, that's the thing. I'm not even currently reading it. I just wait until I have 12 issues and I bang them out. I mean, you can't really bang out a Grant Morrison book, but I slowly read them and take them in as quick as I can.
I read 4 pages a day, and I reread them 12 times, and then I move on to the next one.
But I don't even read the full issue, just 4 pages.
That's
I take in what I get.
Hickman and Morrison are very similar in how like they take a lot to read, but Hickman, it is like it's very intellectual. Where if you do just reread it, you might be able to pick something out of it. Grant Morrison is read it 12 times. It may have never been meant to be understood.
It's just chaos magic.
He's chaotic neutral at best. At best, he's chaotic neutral. He may be chaotic evil.
Yeah. Well, there was that whole thing about him and Alan Moore, and he like learned chaos magic or something.
It's interesting.
And I don't really know, but
so Adam Strange and Hotel number 2.
Those were probably my top 2. I really like too, like Family Tree has been kind of a cold book for me, and I think this last issue kind of like, the 5th issue tied it together, but this 6th issue kind of brought it back. I think.
Yeah, it's great.
Like where I'm
really
like
into it.
excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what else?
It's my next stack.
Nice. And then
I mean, Ludacrats 2 came out.
Ludacrats, yeah.
I read that. I don't understand that book. My favorite part was
I still really like it.
Yeah, I don't really know what's going on, but like at the very end, like the literal last page, I think it says like, hey, just so you guys know, those last 2 issues were, and this is paraphrasing, those last 2 issues were weird and quirky. This next one's gonna make sense. Just kidding.
Haha, yeah.
I also read that.
Yeah, and Figure Guns, and then Undiscovered Country.
Oh.
I'm trying to think of other things this week. And you went through it all finally, right? Like, have you done that before?
I figured out I was 2 behind. I had read through 4. But it'd been so long.
It has been a long time.
Yeah. So I just went through and did the whole thing. Really liked it. It's good.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's good, and if you read the stuff in the back, like with what they're planning and how they're doing this book and stuff, it's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
It's going to be really a long run, and yeah, it's pretty interesting stuff.
I think is that all the new things?
Oh, I read a few other new things.
Yeah, that's new to you.
I read Gideon Falls 22.
Is that new?
Oh, and Something's Killing the Children 7.
No, 7? That came out last week.
Was it last week? Oh, it was last week. Reaver was last week.
Reaver? I read it.
But yeah, Gideon Falls was for sure this week.
Yeah, and I love that. I know Nick trade weights it, so I just figure that out. I mean,
I don't.
Yeah, it's like a weird, like this whole book is just weird and winding. Like when it comes to, somebody had posted on Twitter, have you been scared of any horror comic books before? And I almost responded like, Gideon Falls doesn't scare me, but sometimes I feel unsettled after reading an issue of this book because it's just like weird and eerie, and like sometimes you feel like you might need to take a shower afterwards.
Gideon Falls activates my.
Does that to me.
Yeah, Gideon Falls activates my anxiety.
Yeah,
makes me like I can feel it. I'm like, ooh, I need to not binge this. I need to go one at a time because my heart's already like, I'm anxious.
Yeah. Poser wanted to point out that we didn't talk about as many comics last week because he was too busy winning.
Oh, that's why we didn't talk about that.
Yeah, we did talk about comics, but we did kind of like a quick shotgun style.
Yeah.
Like, let's throw things in the air and see what breaks.
Something is Killing the Children 7 was disappointing to me.
But remember, for anyone that cares, it showed up.
Yeah, he did, and he apparently didn't steal Posers. That was
there's proof pick.
And yes, Comic Book Poser was too busy winning last week to be able to do it. So congrats to him. His bandana's in the mail.
The question 3 came out, but for some reason I didn't write that down that I read it.
Oh yeah, that's a thing. That's a comic.
I didn't.
I liked that book. It's
box yet when I got there.
I forgot about that.
I figured I'd let Cole be my guinea pig on that one and trade weight it.
Question?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm pulling that.
I'm not pulling.
It's good. I mean, it's Jeff Lemire writing a question book. It's not.
It was Jeff Lemire Black Label, so that was just.
Yeah, but most Jeff Lemire things I like to binge all at once, so I usually trade weight his.
I would not say that this is going to be like a groundbreaking story from what I've seen so far, but it's definitely entertaining and worth reading.
Cool, and that's trades right there. That's the perfect trade weight. The Resistance 2, anyone get that? Was it good? The Resistance 2, like the video game?
No, it's another AWA book.
From 2010?
It's an AWA book, and I think it has something to do with like modifications of genes. I don't know. The like DNA strand is the cover of the picture, but it's an AWA Upshot book. I did not get it, but I think the guys on Lost in Comics talked about it. Maybe.
Okay, cool. No, I haven't read
That's the only reason why I really know about it. I mean, we're kind of all sort of getting into AWA, which
slowly but surely.
After reading that Hotel.
Yeah, man.
There's another book, and man, I wish I knew the name, but it's got like a car on it, and it's by Benjamin Percy, and I'm pretty sure that I'm probably gonna pull that book too.
Kit.
Is that what it's called?
No, that's the show from the '80s that has the talking car.
But the only thing that sucks is I've noticed with these ads, they get super confusing because the dates aren't really correct.
That's a weird thing.
Like, well, just because the ads were, for some of these books, the ads were released months ago, and it just got held up in printing.
Oh. Well, then.
But they reprinted it. Like, there was one that had, like a Tampa Bay Comic-Con that was supposed to happen in May, and they still put it in, like, a DC book. Because they're not changing the ads.
If they paid for it, it's hard. It's probably a contract thing where they can't actually get out of it. Why wouldn't I be able to trade weight Black Labels? I have in the past. I got Curse of the White Knight. I trade weighted that. Is there a reason I won't be able to?
Superman came in.
Yeah, they come in trades.
Superman year one. Yeah, they're big.
Crazy. Yeah, they're big.
You're not. I don't think so.
What?
Okay, so it's called Devil's Highway Drive Like Hell, maybe?
Is maybe actually at the end, or are you saying maybe that's?
I think that's what it's called.
Because I was sold when you said maybe. Like Devil's Highway, maybe.
Maybe.
Or is it Heaven's Highway?
No, Year Zero's already came out. This one is supposed to come out. I mean, I guess I could just get my hotel book, but
You could.
it's in that box. It's full and it's high and it's in the back.
I don't know where my Strange Adventures went.
Is that what you've been looking for this whole time?
Yeah, it's unsettling me. It's driving me crazy.
Much like Adam Strange is unsettling.
Did you guys read any other like back issues and big runs or anything?
I read all of Metal. That's pretty big. I'm still going through the woods slowly but surely, and still awesome.
I have volume 1. I got it from the library on Friday.
It'd been nice. I've been taking so long with Sonata because I was already 2 behind and I hadn't caught up on it. So now that a new one's finally out, I'm starting back at the beginning, and I'm on 6 of that. So I can 6 of 10. So I've been catching back up on that. Have you read The Woods yet, or did you just grab it?
I got it on Friday, so
I borrowed it, read it. I borrowed it. I haven't read it.
Well, and I've there's I've got 3 weeks, right? So this weekend I kind of was like, I want to cut I've got, I think, 7 more issues of the Terrifics to read, and I just want to get fully caught up with that book because now it's only in digital, and unfortunately, I'm probably never going to read it again. Which, I like the Terrifics because it's a team book that's it's not like the Doom Patrol because it's not that weird, but they're doing different-y stuff.
Yeah, they are.
I enjoy those things. So
nice.
It's Plastic Man, it's Mr. Terrific. Now there's Miss Terrific. They've got Plasma Girl or Phantom Girl.
Fanta Girl. Fanta the pop, right? Fanta Girl
with a PH. And then they have Rexamorpho, but I think he's really called Metamorpho, but he goes by Rexamorpho now.
Nice.
Oh, and they have Plastic Man's son named Offspring. Yeah. Don't like that name.
It's not a great name. Hi, Midsole.
Yeah, welcome.
Hope you're doing well as well. We are doing well because we're talking comics and things. What's everyone's pick of the week? Let's sound off. Yeah. I want to hear your guys' picks.
I also finished A Death in the Family, which is.
Oh, that's right. You went deep. That's been a while.
Well, because I've been since we read Year 1. I've just been kept going on that run, and then earlier in the week. It was the first run that was multiple issues, and it was when they fought the KG Beast, which was kind of cool because Tom King brings him in. So it's he's going around trying to kill 10 people that are only in Gotham.
Oh, yeah, it's been a while. I'm
trying to remember. Jason Todd is Robin in this stuff, so.
That's still a long time ago.
80s?
God.
Late 80s? Death in the Family was 89, I think.
Yeah, and that was... I read that after I read Nightfall. So that was... Yeah. That's been a decade and a half.
The only weird thing about that to me was the first 2 issues were extra large issues, and the second 2 issues were not. So it was 47 page for the first 2 issues, and there was chapter 1 and 2 in each of them. And then the second 2 issues were 24 pages.
That's interesting. It was the 80s. Everyone was on cocaine. It's hard to tell what's going on. They were just we wrote these really quick. Let's just get them out. We already wrote them. We wrote them in a night. Let's do it.
Yeah, these are already done. Just ship it.
Just ship it. Don't even look. We got it. We're covered.
Let's go.
I also read Decorum.
Fuck it. We'll do it live.
Idea what that means.
Oh, Decorum?
Yeah.
Death Metal. Oh yeah, Dead Earth. Wonder Woman.
Nick
Woman
also
happened
didn't get that because of the extra large book. That's the one thing that I would say and I'm guessing after you called them, Nick, they must have put sticky notes on everyone that gets them because they specifically took a sticky note off my pull list, grabbed the question, and then set my books down.
Huh.
Because you didn't get them because they're in the big size, so they don't put them in the normal boxes. They put them on that left shelf, or it's our left when we're standing at the counter.
When I went in, they were still in a box in the back room because he was like, "Those didn't." They thought they didn't come in at all. But by the time I got back to work, someone had gone in the back because they didn't even go back to look at for or anything. And then later they were like, "Oh, here they are."
Because it was just two dudes when you went there, right?
Reason to go.
Yeah.
Or well, I didn't go today, so I guess I have to wait till Wednesday. But I can wait. Those weren't the end, were they? Were they 3-issue arcs?
No, it's one more in the question. I don't know about Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman might be 3.
I thought it was 4.
Hold up.
But Sam King, his picks were Wind and Hawkman 24.
Yeah,
I've not read Hawkman 24.
Sam King, do I need to get into Hawkman? Because
it's Vendetti or who's ever writing Justice League currently. Which,
that's a lot to get into because I've never been able to get into Hawkman. I've tried.
No, I'll wait until it's on DC Universe and I'll read it. I've been hearing really good things about it, but I'm gonna wait.
It's one of those things where I'm like, he'll tell me that I should check it out, and I'll like get into it and be like, why did I now have to go back and get like 4 trades when I could have just been current with it?
Yeah, and Bidsoul said that the next Wonder Woman is out in October.
That's a long break.
So, yeah.
Dang, why are they doing that? What the hell?
I think the one thing that is going to really help death metal is quarantine. Because there was originally a 2-month delay.
Is that a new villain?
That's not a thing anymore.
I don't remember that being a part of death metal.
No, there was a 2-week delay in between issues.
I was joking. Quarantine.
I know.
A new villain. Okay, well, I tried. Thanks, guys.
I think, and that might be too. I remember hearing somebody not like metal because there were delays in it a lot, and I know that I do get frustrated sometimes when there's delays.
The comic book.
Yeah. Like yep. Doomsday Clock.
What hasn't been delayed in some way in the past like couple years? Todd?
I'm never delayed.
I mean, what are we talking about?
Just books
like
in
just
general.
Mid books?
Those digital firsts from DC. Boom.
Yeah, I mean, like, I mean, yes. Mr. Miracle came out as scheduled. Heroes in Crisis came out as scheduled.
Okay, that's true. But that was.
Did it?
But
did it?
But maybe it was delayed before we knew it.
Maybe it shouldn't have.
Last page says book 4 in October. Ugh.
I think a lot.
I don't want to wait till October.
Wait till October for what?
I'm Wonder Woman, right? Or
yeah.
Okay, Dead Earth. It's really good. It's really good. It's stupid good. How good that is. It's my favorite. It's my favorite Wonder Woman in a long time.
And Did you like New 52 Wonder Woman?
I'm current on Wonder Woman. We never talk about that, but I'm current on Wonder Woman. Like 754.
Man, I really wanted to be into it, but I hated the beginning of Rebirth. How they did that, like
it was
back to back. Like here, it's like 2 stories at once, but they go between each issue. And I was like, man, I do not like the flow of this. Who writes it now? Is it G. Willow Wilson now?
It is. I think you might be right. You know me, I don't do this.
Yeah, because I considered picking it up. I don't read a lot of her books, but she had the great run on Miss Marvel.
It's Orlando. No.
Oh, Steve Orlando.
Yeah. And they're on 757 right now.
Yep.
They went 1 to 83 and then 750 to 757 now. But I really dig it right now, and Dead Earth is awesome. My goodness. Oh! You know what else Wonder Woman related came out recently is the Wonder Woman Tempest Tossed.
A what?
I don't know what that means.
It's a like a novel. But
is it like the Killing Joke one?
No, it's 200 odd pages.
Yeah.
And it is. Oh my god.
Right, like they have a Killing Joke one. They have. No, never mind.
No,
graphic
it's not.
novel.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Yeah, it's not. But it's a.
But you said
it's a new graphic novel. I was joking about how it's like this thing called a graphic novel. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. It's 200 some odd pages. It's totally worth the price of admission. I've been buying all of their, like novels and things like that. Even the YA ones. I've been really into those. It's really well done, and I'm just excited to be able to give them to my daughter at some point. Like
Yeah.
I'll have like a stash for when she's a teenager. Like, all right, kid, here you go.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
Yeah, it's good times. So, Tempest Tossed. Recommend. If you're a Wonder Woman fan, Tempest Tossed. Anyways, I think that's all that's new for me.
I think I covered most of mine. I did.
Most
I
of
never
mine, there's
finished
like a
Black
lot
Hammer
of-
45.
Oh, I need to... Okay,
sorry.
for the no, sorry, you're good. People who are on here watching this, we're gonna go dead for a little bit, but we're gonna talk. But it's only gonna be for a second.
Cool. Oh, you're testing out your buttons? Well, no. We said we'd just switch when we had to. Which I do. Yeah, I don't know what was going on. I had like no real loss of ping or anything, but two
Okay.
like we have maybe some news too we could talk about real quick here. I know we posted it on Facebook, and I think Nick put it on Twitter too. But Free Comic Book Day, they've changed now. It's going to be July 15th to September. I never wrote down the day for September.
Yeah.
September 9th, I think.
Sure.
And they're sending 5 to 6, September 9th, they're sending like 5 to 6 issues in the stack of comics for comic retailers to just give out, which seems pretty cool. I mean, that's the one thing that I like love and hate about Free Comic Book Day is I never know like which books should I check out that are things that I wouldn't normally get. And like I think this might make it the opportunity that people can just kind of take whatever.
Yeah, which is cool. I'm into it. It's good.
Yeah,
Well,
I think
like that it spreads it out too, so maybe people will come back and
it helps comic book shops too, because if you're gonna get 5 to 6 issues, and that's the biggest thing, like, because I would always ask our comic book like store owner, like, how much does that like help you? And he was like, I mean, you just get so many parents that'll bring their kids to get a free comic book, and then their kid will be like, Dad, I want this, and like most of the time people are buying stuff because they're in the store. So
it's kind of an unwritten rule that you don't go in and just grab the free books and leave. Like you just buy something.
And like even me, like I'll go and I'll be like, oh, I could use some small boxes.
I disagree. If you're literally not new to the thing, every time I go into my comic book shop, along with my pull list, I'm grabbing graphic novels, things like that, and all of that. Free Comic Book Day is the one day where I tell myself I'm here for free comic books, and I'm actually going to make it Free Comic Book Day.
That's fair.
Because
that's fair. If you have a pull list at the shop, then that's different.
Last year
it's my Free Comic Book Day. It's the day I'm not going to spend money.
But I do know that there are a lot of people that do go that don't have pull lists, and that's just cool free stuff.
Yeah, if you don't have a pull list, grab something, because it's a big deal for them, and it makes a big difference. That many people, if everybody who showed up who didn't buy anything spent on average $5, it'd make their like month. It would be a huge deal. Because it's a lot of work for them.
Yes, I am going to get Vegan Lives on...
Oh, hell yeah. Who isn't? If you got Walking Dead, there's no reason to not get that.
Or just buy it because you give $5 to your local comic book shop by buying it.
Yeah, that's really cool. Captain Canuck on Free Comic Book Day?
Oh, we're talking about Captain Canuck on Free Comic Book Day?
Sam King's Canadian, so he gets weird stuff on Free Comic Book Day. All of his comic books actually are a little less free than ours because of the ratio, the trade difference.
Right.
It's so funny how pixelated you are. That it does.
But I actually have it.
It's really funny. I love that you also accessible. It's not even that you just have it. It's that you didn't have to get out of your chair to get it.
It's because like there's a box that I have all my Free Comic Book Day
reaches under
issues.
himself. Yeah, I'm sitting on it.
Yeah. All my Free Comic Book issues are on a box next to me that I'm like, do I want to keep these or not if I don't read any other thing?
You want to give me that one because that looks great.
Kane Paul's never done Free Comic Book Day? Dude,
Ooh,
Kane Paul, there's free comics that day.
Yeah, and it's one of my buddy's birthdays, so we usually hit up like 3 or 4 shops and then get a beer afterwards.
Give you free comics.
Yeah, you don't have to pay or anything.
I probably won't go this year, but
well,
I'll get my goodie bag.
Another thing I learned today, apparently Watchmen is free this weekend on HBO. You just go to HBO.com. I have YouTube TV, and it's free until Friday. The show
or the nice,
cool.
And I was like kind of thinking about getting HBO Go just to watch The Watchmen because I have not seen it yet. So now that it's on YouTube TV until Friday, I'm probably definitely gonna binge that in this week.
Nice, that's cool. It's decent. It's
I started it. It's phenomenal.
Yeah, I built it up a lot in my head, and so it was slightly disappointing, but then it was good. I was super into
really good.
I overhyped it to myself, and that's really my bad.
Yeah.
I should have went in with no expectations, and I would have been really happy with it.
I was reading issue 12 of Doomsday Clock at work in our lunch area, and one of my coworkers goes, "Is that a Watchmen book?" And I was like, I mean, sort of. And then I started talking to him about it. He's like, and then like I kind of like deep dived into it. And I was like, wait, do you read comic books? And he was like, nope. Me and my wife watched the Watchmen TV show though, and that just looked familiar. And I was like, sorry that I got kind of weird for a second.
All of a sudden, it's 4 hours later, and Cole is in the building by himself. Everyone is gone.
And he's and the guy's just a skeleton.
He's like, he's like, and so basically that's Watchmen.
Awesome.
No, I love geeking out on someone and then having some time going by and then realizing that they really don't care.
I mean, I just started going into like
start laying in real hard.
Yeah. I started going into like the Superman stuff, and then I was like, wait, do you actually like read comic books? He's like, nope. And I'm like, all right, then this is kind of like not a sequel, but sort of a sequel.
It was great for having my little brother. I was able.
Yeah.
He doesn't read comics, so I'm like, hey, can I just occasionally message you? I would just send him messages about like, guess what just happened in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Power Rangers, and it was like this happened. And he's like, what? It's great. It's great to have things that you can spoil.
I have to pee, so Todd pee break counter 1. And then we're gonna have a special guest on once I get back.
Who could it be?
It's definitely not my cat.
I like your cat though.
Yeah, she's nice.
I don't know if I've actually technically met your cat.
She's been around.
I think he's normally hiding when I'm around.
Yeah, she doesn't like strangers.
I don't blame him.
Yeah, her, but that's fine.
I said
Oh,
Don't blame him.
Don't blame him. All right, BRBs, guys. Talk about that one comic you both like that I don't.
Yeah.
Oh, also.
I'm wearing shorts.
You bastard.
I have new pants, but I don't know if I can get up on the thing.
Your shorts look like your skin. You look like you're not wearing anything. Also, Nick's sweatpants?
Todd's got a weird bulge.
Wait, what?
No, they're like tech pants, but they're too long, but they're only like $4, so...
Who's got a weird bulge?
You had like something in your pocket that looked like a sausage? Yeah, that.
Those are my AirPods.
Ah.
Alright, I'll be right back.
We're doing this. Whoa.
So another thing that I saw, and I think that we kind of talked about this in our chat, but there is going to be a digital Comic-Con in November called Thought Bubbles. And it has... So there's going to be digital exhibitor halls, live interviews, exclusive master classes, kids story time, and live drawings. But it's got a pretty good cast of people. I mean, Chip Zdarsky, Babs Tarr, Jock, James Tynan, Sam Phillips, and G. Willow Wilson are the people that I know on the list.
That's pretty cool.
I mean, especially if there's going to be Jock live drawing.
Right? I'll check it. I'll check that out.
Yeah, the only thing that is kind of a bummer is that if Grand Rapids Comic-Con actually happens, it's the same weekend. They posted that Ticketmaster wouldn't allow them to start selling tickets yet.
Really? Well, because I think because of the shutdown, I don't think you can have that'd be a gathering more than 100 people.
Yeah, and it is free. I think you guys are talking about that. From what I can tell, it seems to all be free. It says free, free, free. I think we posted it on our Facebook group, but we can get it on Twitter later tonight too, so you guys can check it out. But
do you have a link right now?
I just have well, I can just, yeah, I guess I can drop it in there too. I'll drop the Facebook group for Thought Bubble because I think it might be a Facebook thing. I didn't look a lot into it. I just saw the flyer, but that's the Facebook group for it, and apparently it's way too long. So let me tiny URL this.
DC Fandom, I believe, is like their own DC convention that they're going to like talk about future stuff and future products and probably show clips from the Snyder Cut, and I think it's just like an all things DC convention type thing is what I'm guessing. That's what I assumed it was.
And I thought that it was 24 hours for free, right? Or something weird like that. I don't remember the details.
For the Fandom?
Yeah.
Oh, for the Thought Bubble.
Oh, no, for Fandom. Thought Bubble's 2 days.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. It's
Oh, another book I never talked about?
BubbleFestival.com.
Yeah. Was I read the newest Young Justice book, which had a very weird ending, but I like Young Justice. It's fine. There's a lot of people on the team now, though, which probably is going to make it hard. I mean, they added your buddy Sideways is on there, Naomi. They have the Wonder Twins. I
thought about picking it up when I heard that Sideways was coming in because it was like it'd be such an easy character for me to just collect all things that he's in.
Yeah.
Because I already have like the first arc and stuff, so it's like it'd be easy just to start grabbing those, and I still might. He's like on the team like ongoing now?
I mean, I don't think that what I'm going to say is going to ruin stuff, but I think he's utilized better as a team character, right? Because he can just start grabbing people and throwing them through portals to other places, right?
Right.
So is a solo thing, he's not very prominent in this, but they definitely use him as a part of the team, that he's definitely getting used to how you would use a character like that. So I mean, it is online, Sam King, that Thought Bubble, sorry. Yeah, it's all digital, all online, which is pretty cool. I mean, I'm excited to see what the halls are going to look like, because it says there's an exhibition hall, so I assume that means, I don't really know what that means, but they're probably going to sell stuff there.
What do we got coming out?
I definitely wrote down what I was gonna get. It is the 24th, right? Yeah, because I think we started talking about it. I think this week might finally be a small-ish week for me.
I hope so.
So,
this
I'm just going.
Max stuff is an HBO Max book, and I haven't been able to find it on my app.
Year Zero 2 comes out. Red Borders 2 comes out. Once in Future 8.
Green Lantern 100th anniversary.
Oh yeah, that's what I was thinking. That would be a fun one for us to all talk about. Yeah, Batman and the Smile Killer is going to be good. Batman. Justice League. Justice League Dark. For Poser, Superman's pal, Jimmy Olsen.
Teen Titans. Flash.
What's the question?
What's coming out next week?
We're looking at next
I don't
week's
think.
books.
Is there a Flash book?
Yeah, Flash 756.
Oh yeah, that just kind of got creeped into the DC. Like, there were so many Green Lanterns. I just definitely didn't see that very good.
I'm just on DC's site, so it's only showing me one cover.
Die 11 comes out. That's pretty promising. I might grab that Farmhands trade if my pull list looks small. Oh, Middle West 17, which the 18th issue is the final issue.
Sad.
Sex Criminals.
I feel
what's the
like
final
it was
issue?
canceled.
18 of Middle West.
Right?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Did it feel like it was like getting ready to wrap up to either of you?
No.
Well, I read the preview for 17, and it seems like this is how it's supposed to end.
Oh, does it?
I mean, you like remember like there's in this like buildup of where they are right now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I don't know why. For some reason in my head, I expected this to be like a 50, 60 issue run, maybe even 80 issue run. I thought it was going to be
me
this
too.
long spanning, crazy thing that I was going to enjoy for the next like couple years. And yeah, when you told me that, it was like, oh. But on the other hand, like if this is what they got, then this is what they got.
No, it needs to. If they're ready to finish, it needs to finish.
Because I would never drop that book, so it would just, and I would start hating it.
Yeah, Sam, I saw that.
Immortal Hulk is ending at 50. Yeah, that's interesting.
I love Immortal Hulk, but it has gotten stale-er. I still read it, and I'm still caught up. Well, I'm 2 issues behind, but yeah. I know Wes, he posted that Texas Blood #1 should be on everyone's radar, and that comes out this week. I think he got an early copy of it. So that kind of intrigues me, that Texas Blood. It sounds like it is a criminal type book. It's got like it's Image. It's about
Chris Condon and Jacob Phillips.
They call it's like Paris, Texas Gut Punch by No Country for Old Men. This is a mature neo-Western crime series kickoff. Something about casserole dishes. But, I mean, it's hard. I'm like, if I don't know the author, it's really hard for me sometimes to get behind a lot of, like, new Image books. Because if I'm just going to buy...
B cover makes me want to buy it.
I'll check that out. It's hard for me because there are so many #1 Image... Oh, yeah, it's Sean Phillips, which is... Oh, man, that is... Yeah, okay. I think I get it. Yeah.
Find the B cover. If it was a light week and that was sitting like up on the end cap near the counter, I would pick that up for sure.
Also, apparently, Empire Avengers #0 comes out, which I think is the big Empire or like Marvel thing. I think I'm like read the most Marvel books maybe out of all of us, and I might get it.
I pull 3.
Yeah, I don't know how many I pull. I think Immortal Hulk for sure. Well, it's hard because I have a lot of like, if this, always put it in my book. Like,
ooh,
if Moon Knight, always get Moon Knight.
What?
Texas Blood is a 5-parter.
Oh, okay.
I might be in for that if it's only 5.
Source Point. Oh, Hank Steiner, Monster Detective #3 comes out, and that book is this like weird place in my heart because it was the first Source Point press book I ever bought, and I loved it. And that's the final issue.
Book.
And I bought that book 4 years ago, and it was #1. Now #3 is coming out, so.
Yeah.
So it's a fast-moving story.
Yeah. No.
Well, each of them too. I think it's an anthology book, but it's like a monster detective, and I'm into like detective crime, noir type stuff. So it's kind of like, it was the first Source Point book that I like read too. That I was just like, I'm gonna start. Like, I went in my shop and I was like, do they have other stuff that you would recommend? He's like, they literally came in here for the first time, but I read this one and it was good.
Yeah. Empire.
Yeah, I don't know. I like Marvel events are so disappointing lately. Besides like Powers of 10, like House of X.
I guess.
Sorry, I just fixed the live chat box for the first
Oh
time in
yeah,
like 3
I was gonna
weeks.
say something, but then I kind of got distracted.
No, I just fixed it, and I haven't figured. I've been trying to figure it out for a long time. I just fixed it. So yes.
Oh, I get Champions, which is I think done. Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man also done. Guardians of the Galaxy might be going. Hawkeye Freefall, which is pretty much done. Immortal Hulk, and
Are they gonna
Moon
still
Knight,
make
which
any
doesn't have
comics over
something.
there at Marvel Studios? Are
Yeah,
they
this
still
is their
doing-
first week. Did you see those
they're
covers?
closing up shop, or what are they doing over there?
Their covers. Did you see some of the covers for these books coming
I
out?
did. Yeah, they
That
can't
just
even-
literally say, these books come out on Wednesday. That's the fucking cover.
It's not very good.
It's neat.
It's not very good. Did you say we had a guest?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to transition into. So yeah, if our guest wants to pop in,
Pop.
pop.
Go. Did he fall asleep?
Probably.
Yeah, no, he's definitely passed out, even though he just chatted. I mean, who?
I mean, who could it be?
So this is a comic burrito with a side of queso. I'm Todd.
I'm Cole.
I'm Nick.
And our queso is
Dusty.
Dusty comic book poser in the flesh on the screen.
Sorry, you all were telling me to click something. I was like, because the last time I was on, there was a Zoom link, and then the trivia was through Discord, so I was confused.
We've switched
Yeah,
to
we've
Discord.
been using Discord. So
I'm here.
we're ready. We're ready for this review that you were gonna give us.
Yeah, you had a big like synopsis or something that you wanted to tell us about. If you want to go ahead whenever, hit us with it.
Yeah.
You want me to help you? I can put a cover on screen for you.
Yeah. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Is it
all right?
Oh yeah.
Tell us
Suck
all
my dick
about
from the
when.
back. Yeah, so the town I live where the University of Kansas is, and I've got the shop that I like, and then the other store in town that's mostly like we sell old Wii games.
Nice.
And I went to go pick up a copy of Wind, and I had to go later in the day on Wednesday because I had been working for the first time like fucking since March. And he was out, and Diamond is apparently out. So in my outcry on Twitter, like I asked Cole, I was like, "Hey Cole, have you gotten your books yet?" Because I've seen a tweet from Nick. So Cole is getting me a copy of Wind because God hates me.
That's literally your copy. Well, the best part was I watched your video where you were like, "Oh, I would get both of these covers maybe," and I was originally like, "Well, they only have the B cover," and then I got to the front and they had like A covers sitting there. I was like, "Just kidding, I got you an A cover."
Yeah, I'm excited to get it, but I was sad.
Yeah, I'll probably ship it out Monday if I have the chance to get out to the post office. So.
Yeah. So can I tell you three books that you all didn't mention?
Yeah.
No, you never correct
Okay.
us.
So here's number one.
We don't take criticism well.
Man, a
We
friend
need
told
to
me to
up
read
time.
this
Number
book.
3 came out.
Nice.
Yeah.
So if you like the art from Unkillables, the same guy who did the Unkillables art is doing
The
Man Who
second
Left Up Time.
run. Right?
They're the what?
He only
DC's
did the Unkillables.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
sorry.
what I said.
I
No,
thought
I said
Unkillables was
Unkillables.
the title. Yeah, I'm an
No, I
idiot.
didn't fucking read Deceased. I'm stupid. Remember, I was.
I haven't read
confused at
either.
the
Well,
end
I
of
read I read Deceased.
it. But it's
This got
about
weird. Sorry.
Yeah, it's about a guy who like violates #1 rule of time travel of interacting with yourself.
Yeah, he fucked himself.
And yeah, I mean, y'all turned me on to Invasion of Planet WrestleTopia, and my review of that series was each book looks at the last one and says, "Hold my beer, I got this," and gets crazier. And that's what's happening in Man Who Effed Up Time. I don't know a lot about John Layman, but I like Carl.
You said suck your dick from behind, but then you say the man who effed up time.
Yeah. So John Layman wrote Shoe. He wrote Shoe.
Oh.
And that's why I'm like bummed that I didn't get that book and I didn't realize that was a thing until the other week. So I'll probably end up buying all of them.
It's funny, like Abraham Lincoln IV is a dictator. It's just funny, and the past keeps getting more absurd.
Dope.
The second book, Dark Ark After the Flood, #4 came out this week. And I think I'm a huge Cullen Bunn fan, but the Dark Ark series was about so Noah's Ark was the two of every animal to survive Noah's flood or God's flood. Dark Ark was like 15, 16 books about like demons and evil shit on a boat. So this series picks up where all of the evil shit has landed and now chaos is just reigning supreme where they're at. They switched artists on this book, but the book it's still really cool. And I think the trades are only $9 trades instead of like $17 trades, so
nice.
It's worth picking up. And then the last one.
Can I make one note real quick though?
Yeah.
Cullen Bunn, his like bread and butter is usually like horror comics, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I know Harrow County is his big book.
Bone Parish.
Yeah, he did.
Y'all read Rogue
Blossom
Planet?
666. Oh yeah, I forgot that is him.
What's Rogue Planet?
Blossom 666 is coming my way from Rad Raptor here in a couple of days. Rogue Planet was the one from last week, the fucking living planet.
I was just kidding because we literally have talked that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. The last one, I feel like I am literally the only person I've seen write about or talk about this book. And it's Dying is Easy, #5. So I think it was...
Gavin loves that book.
Saw that.
Yeah. Whoever just said that they love gritty detective and crime noir, I think that was Cole.
That's a Cole line.
So
yeah, Gavin plugs this book all the time. And I was like, I looked it up and I was like, well, I guess I'm going to have to buy the trade.
Yeah. Well, and it's written by Joe Hill. Yeah. It's written by Joe Hill, and it's got some of those little horror tones at times that he's written in, like, he's famous for. But the reason why I really like this, I loved Hawkeye Freefall. I loved how it was just the guy who thought he was hot shit, and then the rug kept getting pulled from under him. And that's what's happening to Shit Talk Holmes in all of these books. So it's a very, like, book 1, he's framed for a murder of another, like, F-list comedian. And it's just an absurd action detective, gritty comic that has some of those, like, film noir elements to it, but it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. And it finally, like, the book 5 is him now showing his sheer genius. And it was really cool. And when I tweeted about it after it was either 3 or 4 came out, Joe Hill responded and said he's got more plans for Shit Talk down the line, but he doesn't know if it will be a graphic novel, another IDW book, or things like that. But if you just want a good detective story that feels like a weird 80s action comedy, that's a good book.
I think I'm sold. I don't know if Hoopla has IDW, but I might just recommend my library to buy it or find the trade.
Library, buy it so I can have it for free.
Yeah. Let's see, what else did I read this week? I read, so in listening to y'all talk about death metal, I think y'all got to where I was at the very end. I started reading Justice League at, I think, 39 or 40. I have not read Metal. So, like, I read it, and I was like, the art is really cool. I love seeing Batman look like he belongs in Sons of Anarchy. Look, you all are making faces, but you know that I am wearing, like, this is me.
No, but
I
how
am
do you
learning.
How do you start at 39 or 40 for Justice League? That's after what ties into Metal.
Well, 39 was the last issue,
39
right?
is the last issue that ties into Metal, and then 40, if that's where you started, you've skipped everything that ties into it.
Right.
So it's interesting.
But it would have been a good jumping off point, I guess, if you want to learn Justice League or get into a Justice League book.
I started at, it was maybe 45, wherever like they were about to fight the beasts back into Tartarus.
Themyscira or whatever.
And then but like the beast prison.
Yeah.
Like Tartarus, where the door is in Themyscira.
Yep.
And I picked up that and I was like, I'm gonna go back 6 books because I didn't know everything that tied into death metal.
Mm-hmm.
So here's what I will ask of you all, some of my resident DC experts. Aside from reading Metal or like Justice League, like 30 to what, like 36?
20.
No.
What are some other things?
18.
It's like
I
Justice
need to read
League
all of
1.
Justice League.
Yeah, probably 18 to 39. Okay,
so
so
like
really,
I need
I'd say 1.
So Scott Snyder specifically wrote, you should read Batman New 52.
Yep.
You should read Metal. You should read Justice League 1 through 39. And then he said for bonus points, you should read Crisis on Infinite Earths, Final Crisis, and another Crisis I don't remember.
And
Heroes
Return of Bruce Wayne.
And Heroes
What
in
did he say?
Crisis, because he's just trying to.
Batman.
He's just attacking
Basically,
Mark.
if Scott Snyder has written a DC book,
I need to read it.
Read it.
After New 52, yeah.
Okay.
I would say
my
that like
walk away from it.
My
walk away was like the art's really cool, the story is interesting, but that book and then the Flash Annual were the first time that I've picked up a DC book and it's like
that book did that for me, and I've read most of the stuff that Scott Snyder said to read.
I say I do love the whole this just in. Author of comic books says you should read all of his comic books.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, but my favorite was bonus point. Literally anything that has to do with a crisis at any point.
Doomsday Clock.
Control F Snyder.
Doomsday Clock, yeah.
Doomsday Clock too. Yeah.
Yep. Good call. You're gonna want that.
Yep. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean I would
That's
say
crazy.
that if
and
you're not
Flash Forward, you also need to read.
Yeah.
I did that.
Oh yeah, he did include that too.
Because What's His Nuts is in the chair. The
What's His
special
Nuts?
chair.
Batman.
The redheaded Flash.
Definitely Batman.
No
Guys! Holy shit!
Batwoman. She has
Spoilers.
Right? Is that the right Flash?
You're
Wally
right,
West is
but
in
that's.
the...
Oh my god!
That shit came out like
I'm gonna have
a
to
year
cut
ago.
No, that came out this year.
We talk about it. If you guys want, go back to our review about the Flash, Heroes in Crisis, Flash Forward.
Put out reviews and stuff, and it's
What have you been doing with your quarantine if you don't know it? But still.
Yeah.
And Flash Forward, Sam King says. I hear you, man.
Why would you want to read that?
So I just need to read every DC book that's up on DC Universe.
I
can get a sweet Batpig statue like Nick did.
You're gonna want to read Nightwing 1 through 72, because it is a DC comic. Wonder Woman 1 through 754. You don't need to read 756, 755, whatever. It's fine. It's just, how they had this Rebirth thing? Whatever comics have come out since Rebirth happened, you're just going to want to pick those up and read them real quick. Don't worry.
I
about
have
it.
a Blue Beetle Rebirth book.
Perfect.
Will that help me?
Yep, definitely
Probably
read Blue
not.
Beetle. Heroes in Crisis.
I bought a Booster Gold shirt yesterday.
Heroes in
It won't
Crisis
hurt.
is very important.
It's
all
weird,
all the annuals. You're definitely going to need to read all of the annuals. If you miss an annual, you're going to be lost.
For me, I don't think anything really is like a have to read it, but
No.
the more
Besides
you
maybe
read,
Metal.
the more you'll enjoy it for sure.
No, you should read Metal and then Justice League. If you want to be really up on death metal, you need Metal, Justice League 1 through 39, and then death metal. That's like that's
probably
it.
Batman.
Okay.
If you go back
you don't
and
need
watch
it.
our,
For Batman.
there's
No,
an
because
issue
there's
we
enough
talk about Justice
exposition. They
League.
use exposition so much, you're fine.
We specifically say like I think 18 is where you can start, but we definitely it's like one of our first episodes. We talk about it,
and
I'm off screen.
it's not even New 52.
I like
all of Batman. It's you could just read Court of Owls. and
Yeah,
get all you need.
I
from
read
it.
that one.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
you're fine. Who hasn't fucking read Court of Owls?
I like the
My
irony
wife.
of me going, I haven't read Metal, and then
You
fucking
have a-
over my
you have a
shoulder
bad
is
wife.
that cover of Metal #1 that I'm trying to give away.
Yeah. Oh, is that
Oh,
what you're giving?
I
Is that
thought
your
that was-
giveaway?
like
I just
assumed that was the new
Wait,
one.
you got a
Comic
giveaway?
Burrito,
No.
Comic Burrito. Let's let the queso talk and talk about his giveaway real quick.
Yeah, multiple
Oh.
giveaways.
The Metal one is when I get to 100 subs on YouTube.
What?
I think I'm at like 61 now. And so I'm trying to make videos that suck less over there, but I can't talk for not more than 10 minutes. So
Us
they're long
too.
and
That's
boring as
that's our
fuck.
mission statement. If you look into our like articles of incorporation, it's suck less.
Yeah, but there are 3 of you, and you're like, we can have an interesting conversation, and then I'm in my fucking closet like,
We've been
well,
doing it
I
for
read
months.
this book, and I think it's kind of
Hey,
cool.
we've been doing it for months, and we've yet to have one. So.
Fair.
It's true.
An interesting
the-
conversation.
Yes.
I mean, me and Nick have them all the time when you're peeing. I don't
Yeah,
know.
no, that's the-
You must be the weak
Yeah.
link.
The bright
Well-
spots are when I'm peeing.
Me and Nick have them via the chat when both of you are peeing at the same time. So,
Yep.
mm.
Even
So
brighter
apparently
spots.
Nick is our shining star.
So he's the beans, you're
Yeah.
the queso, and you don't need the tortilla or the comics. It's fine.
Yeah, you're just beans and queso.
Yep, beans and queso.
Sounds really good.
It sounds
let's see.
amazing.
The giveaway I was spamming the chat about, like I said, it's due at whatever time tonight on Saturday, and then I was like, I'm gonna drink with the burrito, and then shit, it's Father's Day, so I might get to sleep in for the first time all year. But yeah, Cole's holding it up. If you put together a 5-song playlist that you think would be dope with like Vikings fighting a Kraken, and submit it on my website, comicbookposer.com/Vala, you can win fucking Pogs. Pogs.
I'm
The world
going-
needs more Pogs.
I'm going to do this, and it's going to be the Vikings soundtrack from the show Vikings.
Yeah.
Todd, you're really unfun, man. At
but
least
I'm
throw
gonna
like
cure-
one random metal
I'm-
song. in
Hey,
it.
I'm gonna curate 5 of them from it. That's something.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Well, the authors was like 3 songs from The Witcher.
The Witcher is perfect for so much of that. Oh my god.
Do
And
we
then
need
the
to
other
toss a
one I'm
coin?
working on, that I could show you what some of it is for when I
No, we
hit my
can't see-
500th Twitter
we can't
follower.
see some of your penis on stream. We gotta keep
But-
it
Yeah.
PG.
All or nothing, man.
Well, I mean, I can show you a picture
Go
of my
whole
dick
hog.
since it was Nick that tweeted out, I want to see a video of you holding a picture of what you're giving away. So, like, I can show you a picture of my dick on the phone.
my.
Like, give me 2 minutes and I'll walk to the other side of the closet.
I mean, we gave away a dick rubbed bandana to you, so
Yeah, I'm
Right.
looking forward to putting it all over my face the next time I get to see you all.
You're
You want, I
welcome.
mean, if you want, I can like take it out of the package and rub it on mine too. That way you get at
I'll-
least 2 out
yeah.
of 3.
the whole burrito.
I get the full.
We gotta get
the
it
full
to Nick.
You all were talking
The
about.
full stank. Why do
Were
I?
you
Yeah, I'll
talking about the
You're
spaghetti
last.
burrito or the
You're
drunk
last.
burrito of somewhere there in Grand Rapids? I'll
Grand
take the
Rapids.
soggy Tinian signature.
It's only soggy. It's only soggy after Nick gets it.
Yeah. Like, I'm just going to be, like, weirdly sitting in Red Wings parking lot for, like, 45 minutes, and I'm going to be like, Nick, are you done yet? My lunch is almost over, and he's like, oh, yeah, I am, sorry. I fell asleep in the bathroom.
It doesn't take me near that long.
Yeah.
Well, you'll just fall
Sam,
asleep, you'll get sleepy.
I have references.
The answer to your question of can you post the Viking prayer? Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Okay, man.
So, go to your site, do the 5 best Viking fighting a Kraken playlist that is available, and the winner who puts the best playlist together wins
a shirt.
Oh, sorry.
That is the cover of All of the Beast Heart. Sorry. And then they win everything that Cole's holding in that lovely package. You get
it's not for you.
The first chapter of All of the Beast Heart. You get Pogs. You get a Slammer. You get what looks like a Magic the Gathering card. You get copies of Oath 2 and 3 because Nate didn't send me any copies of Oath number 1.
No.
And then if I'll illegally download it, Nate will tell me that's okay. Yeah, you get the rules. And yeah, that's Oath 2.
You're fine. You can jump in at 2.
Yeah, that's Oath 3.
Number 1 was just background stuff. It's fine.
It's like
win I'll dramatically reenact Oath for you.
I don't know if this also is included.
Yeah, that's also included for the person who wins the top prize. So Ashcan Comics Pub also does some fiction paired with like full page sketches. So that is a selection of like 30 stories and their adjoining art from everything that they put out in 2019.
And then Cole holds up his kid.
Yeah.
And I do not want to give my kid to a random person on the internet. I like her just too much.
Oh, you finally got attached.
No, not random. We're gonna screen them.
Yeah, obviously that would be crazy. They have good taste in Viking Kraken music, so they're fine.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for someone to engineer Todd a Jake Gyllenhaal style bubble, so he can play the other members of the Burrito in the game. So we can see this epic throwdown in the midst of COVID.
Yes.
Yeah, that was that we admitted last was it last or 2 times ago that we're gonna play the game. The winner of the game gets to keep everything.
Yeah, and that's
hopefully I just read everything beforehand and sneeze on it all.
Yeah. Or that's the one that gets Cole's juices on it first. A soggy pug.
I'm just going to fucking win his contest because I'm gonna have the best playlist, and then move along.
I mean, you could do that too.
Nick can attest to my playlist abilities.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
it's true.
They're strong.
Oh,
I have strong playlist
He's
abilities.
made me many mixtapes.
Yeah. Oh, for those romantic evenings?
No, they weren't romantic evenings. I was trying to court him, and he kept denying me.
No.
Well, it sounds like the playlists were definitely not strong enough then.
He's very straight, and I got him very close to not being.
They're very...
That's how good they are.
Speaking of playlists... You
made a lot of good points.
I'll tease for you all one of the things that I'm going to give away in my...
I almost...
500th follower bundle.
All over.
So, can you name the back cover?
Never Go Home, yeah. Yeah, totally. You can never go home.
Hey, and this is what the front cover looks like,
oh, shit! Oh, shit! I don't know. Why are those under your ass every time?
It's next to Captain Canuck. He was like, Sam's going to fucking talk about being from Canada.
Because
Sam's going to be like, I read a book that came out 2 years ago.
If you guys want to know,
classic.
Our Monday video might maybe include that cover. I've had them sitting here since the last time we recorded some stuff. Maybe we'll talk about it.
Since like February?
Oh, it might. I just am like realizing, one, I need to
I'll just throw down.
I need to get a Monday video together, and two,
it's going
I forgot what it was about.
It is our top quarantine reads.
It is. Shit. Father's Day will be fun for... Hey, by the way, everybody watching, our video might come
happy
out...
Father's Day to all the dads.
Happy Father's Day. Also, I'm a dad. It might not come out at our normal 8 a.m.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because I forgot.
Could be earlier.
Yeah, heads up, it might be 6
That's usually
a.m.
what that means, Nick. When we
Who knows?
premiere them.
Yeah, I pushed it back because it was just too...
All I want to know, Todd,
We'll
is
just
what
say
happened
maybe
to
wait
the
till
secret
Tuesday
B-roll.
to see that one.
The secret B-roll, it exists still, and it will be unleashed when necessary.
What are you drinking there?
Baby piss.
This is a tiny jar of moonshine.
Nah, it's definitely baby
Both
piss.
my wife and I went to the liquor store today.
It's baby piss.
It's
It
adorable.
keeps them
Because
young. It keeps them young.
Cole has been making fun of my ass for like 10 days. Suck my dick from the back. Hams, tall boys.
Dude, I've been drinking PBR and goddamn White Claw knockoffs.
My wife almost got me the PBR that's like this big and this fat, and it's like their 9.5% seltzer.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Send me one
I'd
of
drink
those. I would drink the fuck out of
It can't be as bad as a Natter Day.
No, it can't be.
Woo, Natter days are tight.
Ooh, I wish I had some right now.
But if you've ever hit a truly strawberry lemonade, you might never need to drink a Natter Day again.
I think
That's true.
Bidsole is out, I believe. I believe he just dropped. He said he's old. I am also old. So I think we're going to wrap this burrito up. Especially since we started talking about alcohol, that means the comic booking is complete.
Yeah.
You don't want to talk about Michigan sports?
No. So this has been Comic Burrito, a podcast. Thanks for getting wrapped up with us. And a side of queso. I'm Todd.
I'm Cole.
I'm Nick.
And our queso is
The comic book poser.
Dusty himself. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back again next week. We'll have a video dropping on Monday. We have Comic Book Poser, who has 3,000 giveaways going on. You have to send him music and then also get to his subscribers, and you'll get metal t-shirts. I don't know. I think you're going to get chainmail. Something to do with that. You should probably just go to comicbookposer.com and find out what's happening. At some point, we'll also probably have another giveaway because I have like 4 things that are extra that I need to give away. So we're going to come up with arbitrary reasons to give them away at some point.
Make sure you smash them likes.
So
make sure you subscribe and ring the bell.
Subscribe, ring the bell, because
go to your friend's house, log onto their computer, like us from their computer.
Yeah.
Ring the bell.
We've already told them to do that. Of course,
Keep
they
doing
they
it.
know.
Hack into your
Find
local
more friends.
ISP.
Yes,
Break into
But
somebody's
also
house and
socially
don't eat it
distance
now.
while doing so.
socially distance while going to the library and telling people to subscribe.
Yeah.
No,
So-
give everybody COVID for the burrito.
Yeah, that's what's important. Thank you, United States.
This is the COVID burrito.
Oh God. So, oh no. Anyways, I'm Todd.
I'm Cole.
We already did that.
I know, but we're trying to wrap it. You're Nick.
Oh,
He's Comic Book
okay.
Poser.
I'll do it
And
again.
thank you. Happy Father's Day to all those fathers out there. Good night.
Father's Day.
Good luck. Enjoy your day. And if you're not a
enjoy it.
father, still enjoy your day.
Yeah. And call your father and tell
Go
him you
get-
love him.
Yes, if you're
If
not
you
a
do
father,
love
him. Brownie
call
with
your
some
father.
ice cream
Unless
on it.
you have problems with him, then fuck him.
Yeah.
There's
We
always
got your
that.
back.
Yeah, we got you. Night, guys.
Bye.
Bye.